Hey everyone! So let's talk about one of the biggest hurdles for any IELTS candidate, really truly conquering the pressure of the speaking test so that the English you actually know can finally come out and shine.
Okay, I'm going to start with a statement that might actually surprise you. Most of the speaking mistakes you see on the IELTS test.
Well, they're not really language problems at all.
They're pressure problems. And you know what? Getting your head around this one single idea, it's going to change absolutely everything about how you prepare for this test.
Just look at this. It's kind of crazy when you think about it, right? You can have someone with genuinely good English, but if their nerves get the best of them, they can walk away with a low score. On the flip side, a candidate with just okay, average English who stays calm and in control, they often score higher. The takeaway here is huge. It's not just about what you know, it's about what you can use when the pressure is on.
So, how do we get there? Well, first things first, we've got to understand where all this pressure is actually coming from. It's time to decode the examiner.
Okay, so the most important thing to get about examiner pressure is that it isn't something the examiner is doing to you. It's how you interpret their totally neutral procedural behaviors. Things like their silence, their blank expression, or just the fact that you're being recorded. None of it is personal. It's just how the test is run.
And this is a massive source of anxiety for so many people. We feel like we have to perform to be the super charming and confident person. But here's the thing. The test doesn't score your confidence, your personality, or your charisma. Nope, it only scores your language performance, how clear you are, how consistent you are. You don't need to be a movie star. You just need to make sense.
And yeah, this ties right into what we just said. I mean, look at these behaviors. They can feel really, really negative, can't they? The examiner isn't smiling, they're interrupting you, they cut you off right in the middle of a thought. It's so easy to feel like you're failing. But you have to remember, all of these things are just normal parts of the procedure. It's their job to manage the time and get the specific language samples they need. So if there's one thing you take from this section, let it be this. When the examiner is quiet, they are not sitting there judging your last answer. They are just following the test structure. That silence is a feature of the test, not a bug in your performance.
Okay, but let's be real. What happens when you do make a little mistake and you feel that panic start to creep in? Well, this is what we call the panic snowball.
And this is exactly how it unfolds. You can see the whole cycle right here. It all kicks off with one tiny mistake. But then you start overthinking it. Oh no, I said the wrong word. So you try to speak faster to make up for it, which of course just leads to more mistakes. Then you try to correct yourself over and over, and bam, just like that, your fluency is completely gone. The trick is breaking this cycle before it even gets going.
All right, that's enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about how to fix it. Welcome to your pressure toolkit. And the main idea here is super simple. We're aiming for recovery, not perfection.
Seriously, I want you to burn this sentence into your memory. IELTS rewards recovery, not perfection. Everybody makes mistakes, even the people who get the highest scores. The real difference is that they bounce back quickly and just keep going. One wobbly sentence isn't going to sink your score, but a full minute of panic? Yeah, that definitely can. So let's get super practical. What on earth do you do in that nightmare scenario, you know the one, where your mind just goes completely blank? First up, let's talk about what not to do. Do not panic, do not apologize, and whatever you do, do not just say, "I don't know," and stop talking. Instead, you're going to follow the plan on the right. It's so simple. Just pause for a single second, use a nice neutral phrase to buy yourself a moment, and then restart your sentence calmly. And here are some of your secret weapons, these safe filler phrases. Saying something like, "That's an interesting question," does something amazing. It gives your brain a couple of crucial seconds to reboot, and it shows the examiner you're thinking about the question, not that you're failing to answer it.
Okay, let's tackle another big one, another major source of anxiety. How in the world are you supposed to handle it when the examiner interrupts you?
The absolute number one thing to do, stop talking immediately. Think of an interruption like a traffic light turning red. It's just a signal. It means time is up for that question, or it means they've got the language sample they need from you. It is never, ever a sign that you have failed. Just stop, take a breath, and get ready for the next question. Now let's kind of zoom out a bit and look at some broader strategies you can use, both physical and mental, through the entire test. This is all about putting calm into action.
You know, your body and your mind are so connected. When you feel pressure, you might notice your jaw clenches, or your breathing gets really shallow, or you start talking way too fast. The trick is to take back control, consciously. Make yourself slow down your speech just a little. Take one quiet breath through your nose and try to speak just a little bit louder than you normally would. These physical actions send a signal back to your brain that says, "Hey, we're okay," and that helps your fluency and grammar.
Okay, listen up, because this might be the single most powerful mindset shift in this whole explainer. You have to stop thinking, "I'm being judged." That thought automatically puts you on the defensive. It makes you nervous. Instead, I want you to adopt this new thought. "I'm being sampled." The examiner isn't trying to figure out if you're a good person, they are just collecting samples of your language. This tiny shift in how you see it can make the whole situation feel so much less intense.
And don't forget, your strategy has to change a little for each part of the test. For part 1, you want to treat it like a friendly but controlled chat. Don't rush. For part 2, your main job is to focus on your structure and just keep talking. You can almost ignore the examiner. And then for part 3, it is totally okay. In fact, it's a good thing to pause and think before you give your more detailed answer.
So here's the beautiful part. When you finally get your nerves under control, it's not like your English magically gets better. No, the good English that you already had finally gets a chance to come out. Fear takes a step back, and your true ability can finally show up.
So let's end on this, because it's so important. The person sitting across from you, they don't ultimately control your score. Your response to the pressure of the situation, that's what does. You're the one in control. So think about it. What's the one strategy from today that you're going to start practicing so you can let your English finally breathe?